Welcome to One Brooklyn, presented by Brooklyn Borough President Eric L. On this edition of One Brooklyn, Brooklyn Borough President Adams and the Campaign Against Hunger launched the Fresh Vibes Market, a new state-of-the-art recreational vehicle that has been retrofitted to bring below-market produce, cooking demonstrations, nutrition workshops, as well as a wide range of social services to food deserts across the borough of Brooklyn.
It's going to provide fresh vegetables and fruits for family members in what we consider to be deserts of healthy food. It's also going to show people how to fill out their forms to get WIC and SNAP and other benefits. Not only that, we're going to have job employment information and free tax preparation. All of these services in a one-stop shop, because if you find a person who's going through some form of food insecurity, trust me, they're going through a health crisis. They're also going through how to access government resources. It's a combination that leads to a steady decline on how you could have a healthy quality of life.
Borough President Adams provided over $300,000 in funding for the Fresh Vibes Market, and it was an idea brought to him a long time ago by Dr. Samuels of the Campaign Against Hunger.
I wanted to do a vehicle. There are vehicles that are called mobile markets, but I wanted to do a little more. Cost of transportation is so much on poor families. They cannot afford to feed their families, transportation. So I wanted to make sure that when they stopped, they had all the services in a comfortable environment, like an office, like a store, like a supermarket. They had a little of everything right there, plus they had the cooking demo, and it worked well because a family gets on, they get on with a wealth of information, and they're able to do a lot more.
The Fresh Vibes Market has already hit the streets and is making a difference in people's lives.
And it's hard to feed your family nutritious foods with the prices being so high. So I'm so thankful to be able to go to Campaign for the Hunger and receive. It's like a party. It's such a joy because you never know what you're going to receive, but you do know that you're going to receive healthy, nutritious foods, as well as referrals and resources of information for seniors, for the youth, job referrals, housing referral, mental health referral counseling, and I'm just so thankful.
Borough President joined with the Campaign Against Hunger at the Kingsbrook Medical Center for a press conference to launch the Fresh Vibes Market.
Good morning, everybody, and it couldn't be a more beautiful day to have an outside event and to kick off food justice and sustainable farming, and we're looking around and saying, look, we have more farmland here. So my name's Paul Rosenfeld. I'm the CEO and Chief Operating Officer of Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center. As you know, Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center is part of One Brooklyn Health, which consists of Kingsbrook, Rutland Nursing Home, Interfaith Medical Center, and Brookdale Hospital Medical Center, and Shulman Shackney. And our purpose is justice. It's food justice and maintaining support of all social determinants of care. What I'd like to start out by doing is really thanking so much our Borough President Eric Adams, who has made this possible.
Thank you.
And we applause. And I'd like to also thank the Executive Director, Melony Samuels, our council person, Alika Samuels. Yep. I don't want to stand in front of you. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here and supporting this effort. And we hope to have this on a regular schedule so that we can support bringing really good food. And you know, they say you are what you eat, and we want to make sure that people eat well here, because it's just as important as seeing your physician to be eating the right kind of food. With that stated, I will turn it over to the Borough President. Thank you.
Thank you. And perfect cue. I have my apple here. You are what you eat. We cannot say enough about the staff here at Kingsbrook thank you for the years of service to this community and our partners on this initiative. My good friend, Dr. Melony Samuels, throughout my time in the state Senate, had to listen to Mother and Don't Talk While I'm Chewing. And Borough Hall, countless number of times she has visited the office and talked about the various forms of initiatives to really bring healthy food to the public. And just hooray for her passion and commitment, and is stating that not only should Park Slope, Cobble Hill, or affluent parts of Brooklyn have the whole food, but our community should not be oversaturated with junk food. And that is a mission to carry out. And Laurie M. Tisch Illumination Fund for providing the operating expense. You know, my capital dollars can go in producing this vehicle, but you need someone to be behind the operating expense. And so we want to thank Laura and her team, as Laurie and her team as well. Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center for hosting us today. Great hospital, important hospital. I know Dr. Britt is not here with us today, but having the Chief Operating Officer showing his support, and the team that came out as well to show their support, we want to thank you. This is a landmark day for the borough of Brooklyn and for really health in the city, because the way goes Brooklyn goes the entire city, and the way goes the city goes the entire country. So we're changing the mindset nationally and globally as well as locally on how we move to this foreign entity that was never embraced before, and it's called reversing disease. We don't have to be on a lifetime of prescription when we can use the original medicine, and that's food. Hippocrates said it clearly, let food be thy medicine, and we're living that out after hundreds of years of that philosophy remaining on the pages of our books. Now it's going to become part of the practices we do in medicine in this city. Everything from what we're doing at Bellevue Hospital, with 600 patients have signed up for our whole food plant-based nutrition, to what we're doing here today. It is part of a continuing narrative of how do we live healthy and have wellness in our life. This RV is a vehicle for change, a fresh approach for combating diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, obesity, and other chronic illnesses that are preventable and reversible. We always knew that it's preventable with a lifestyle change, but we never really embraced the concept of it being reversible. And if you were to do a mapping of this community, you would find that the numbers are extremely high in the area of diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, hypertension, all of these indicators that don't have to be if we bring the health to the people in the manner that we think that it should be done. The vision of my administration could not become a reality without Dr. Samuels. I believe stay in your lane. You know what you know, and you know what you don't know, so find the people who do know, and Dr. Samuel is clearly one of those, and we're glad that she embraced this concept and idea. This is one of many vans, RVs, that I believe can be on the road to move around this entire city. This is a model that can be duplicated. We put $308,000 into this initiative to make sure that we can have this important entity in our community. The state-of-the-art RV has been retrofitted. If you haven't walked inside, it is something to behold. It brings a range of services to food deserts across Brooklyn. Not only that, it brings below market price for fresh fruits and vegetables. And the beauty is, when we do an analysis of Brooklyn and resources, hundreds of millions of dollars are returned to the federal agencies because people are not taking benefits from them. So this RV accepts EBT, WIC, and FMNP benefits, and it assists people on how to fill out the forms. So we're not waiting for people to come and seek out the services. We're showing them how to go through the process of getting the services that they desire and they need. It also allows cooking demonstration. A great chef will meet you at the door to show you how to eat healthy and cook in a healthy manner. Nutrition workshop, free tax preparation, They held free tax preparation right here in the RV and had a fax machine so we can communicate and get the information out to the IRS. SNAP enrollment, job referral services. The Fresh Vibes Market is staffed with an outreach employee, a chef, educator, and a SNAP specialist, all on board inside the RV as we move around. Think about this for a moment. You go to a place where not only do they have food deserts, but they also have a desert of the brain drain that takes place in many of our communities, that people leave the community and no one is there to assist them with some of the basic services that are just in arm's reach, but no one is there to help them navigate the challenges of it. The RV makes 3 stops a day, 5 days a week. This highly visible vehicle will provide healthy food grown locally by the Campaign Against Hunger, a great farm on Fulton Street in Bedford-Stuyvesant, where they grow healthy food, and they're going to be focusing on those with higher needs, our elderly, school children, new mothers and their infants, new and undocumented immigrants, college students, NYCHA residents. The focus is clear. This is a great partnership, and we are really excited about it. And I cannot thank enough of our councilwoman who has really partnered with me on so many of these various initiatives. Councilwoman Samuels has been amazing around how do we provide services in those communities of greater need. So this is exciting. You know, I have my ginger for my office that I'm going to slice up in my smoothie every morning. Preventive care is the right care, and that is the expression of love. And you will go to anyone that's an employee in one of the many great hospitals we have in the borough, they will all tell you that they are tired of the slow decline of not only the person who's going through a chronic disease, but how it also robs the peace and harmony of the caregivers and the families. We're all tired of watching this happen. We're all tired of our family members going from metformin to insulin to amputation to blindness to kidney disease. We've all seen the routine and the routes. Everyone in this area, in this community, can tell you about someone in their life who has experienced some debilitating chronic disease, and they're looking for real help. And no one wants that help more than our medical professionals, and we want to provide the assistance they need. They can do what they can do, but we must do what we can do and provide healthy food and access to healthy food. And today this RV is stated we are on the right track because we put this vehicle on the right road to healthy eating. Thank you very much, and let's move forward.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. My name is Enid Dillard. I'm the Director of Marketing and Public Affairs here at Kingsbrook, and it's been my distinct pleasure to have worked with Dr. Melony Samuels and her staff. They're extremely committed and have worked with us to really improve food accessibility here in East Flatbush. And at this time, we'd like to introduce her, the Executive Director of the Campaign Against Hunger, Bed-Stuy, Melony Samuels.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I just first want to thank our Borough President, Eric Adams. Not only that he believed in the vision that I brought to him about 6 years ago, but he did something about it. And he is the reason why we're standing here today. And I just want to thank him and thank him for the wealth of information that he has concerning what families are going through. I also want to take the time out to greet and to salute our council member, Alika Empress Samuels, who has been, yes, she has been a great support to our organization since she's been in office, and a lot of what we're doing now is because of her support and her funding dollars. I salute Kingsbrook for their partnership. They have been with us for a few months now, and we've been working with them, but we are very thankful for how their staff, their clients, and their faculties have come together to help us in getting the word out and making sure that fresh fruits and vegetable is in the hands of those that need it. Last but not least, I really appreciate Rick Luffglass, who is a dear friend from the Laurie Tisch Illumination Fund. When we brought the idea to him about 3-4 years ago, he said, okay, I'll help you. And he was able to give us operation funding so that now the vehicle is on the road because of them, and we thank God for them. My board chair and staff, Mike Woolley is here, our board chair. Michael Woolley and our staff and friends, everyone, I just want to thank you. Thank you for your support today. Your being here means a lot to us. It means that the mission that we have so much treasured over the last 20 years, reaching approximately 25 to 30,000 individuals each year, is really coming to be a reality. Your presence here also tells us that our distribution of 3 million meals to hungry New Yorkers is making a difference. But most of all today, I am very thankful because the campaign core mission is to empower our neighbors to lead healthier, more productive and self-sufficient lives by increasing their access to nutritious food and related resources. Unlike other emergency feeding programs, TCAH, the Campaign Against Hunger, primary goal for this vehicle is to increase the consumption of fresh fruits and vegetables by engaging families to make healthier eating choices and to introduce measures that can make a dent in their high level of chronic disease. And that's what we're doing. 23% of those that we presently serve are diagnosed with diabetes. A higher percentage is hypertension and obesity, and that's alarming. And so we understand that what our community needs and the disparity that poor families face daily as they not only struggle to put food on their table, but the difference is accessing adequate and nutritious meal. Where we are in most of the poor communities, there's hardly any supermarket or hardly any choice of fresh fruits and vegetables. That's missing from our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to make a change. We have to do things a little different, and that's why we took the time out to enter into the Borough President office and to speak to him 6 years ago about making this change. And I'm so thankful again. I can't say it anymore. I am so thankful that a concept that I had for years became a reality when I sat with him. And so before you stands, we have a vehicle that has a goal to impart knowledge, change behaviors, to provide access to nutritious food to those who are currently isolated by geographic and socioeconomic and personal barriers to our services. So we are now moving into the direction to make sure families have access, and we have been successful in doing so. Over the last few months, we have been to Medgar Evers College, and after the first stop, we had approximately 150 individuals that came on board, startled by what they saw. One, accessibility. We made sure that they had access to $10 voucher, which is a program that we have implemented years ago with our farm, through our farm. And what that means is that Medgar Evers itself joined us in partnership by saying we will provide students that are in college that cannot afford healthy food. We were able to provide them with a $10 food voucher. They came on board and they were able to buy their produce. And what makes the difference is the cost the cost of the produce. The difference is they were able to walk away with a substantial amount of produce for the week. And so we are seeing new partners as we go, and we're still welcome to other partners because we believe that we can do far more with this vehicle. This vehicle, as you have heard the Borough President mention, it does have access. It has a large storage area, bins for fresh fruits and vegetables. We have the ability of cooktops for cooking demos, food warmers, refrigeration system, and for awareness. This allows us to offer a wide variety of service in one single stop, and the Borough President mentioned the stops. Not only that, but I want to add that a few months ago, our NYCHA housing had, when there was no water, no lights, no gas, no water, no gas, we were able to bring emergency food. So in a time of disaster, this vehicle is also set up to address homelessness, making sure that 200 to 300 meals can be distributed, whether hot or cold, keeping with all the laws of the land, of the city, to make sure everything is safe and healthy to our community. So we're excited, and we appreciate, again, our Borough President and Tisch Illumination Fund for making most of this possible. With this Fresh Fruit Vibes Market vehicle, we expect to continue making progress in fighting obesity, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, and other chronic diet preventable illnesses, just as we have been doing for the last 20 years. This is a new change. It is well received in our community, and I know after today that more hearts and minds will be open to this concept. Thank you very much.
Your nose is not deceiving you. That's food cooking.
At this time, we'd like to invite Rick Luftglass from the Illumination Fund. He's the executive director. Give him a warm round of applause, please.
Good morning, and thank you. I'm very honored to be here today to witness the rollout of today's Fresh Vibes. The path for us started about 6 years ago when we launched an initiative called Healthy Food and Community Change. And it was all around partnering with nonprofit organizations and public agencies around the city to increase access, to develop nutrition programs, to develop healthy food-based jobs. And about 3 years ago, Dr. Samuels came to me and said, okay, you talk about public-private partnerships. We've got Borough President Adams. You talk about comprehensive approaches to hunger and food insecurity. Here we are, we've got SNAP, we've got EBT and WIC, tax enrollment, and you talk about connections with healthcare institutions. So here we are in Brooklyn at Kingsbrook, excuse me, and it's a wonderful partnership because one of the issues that the hospital faces is that food insecurity is a health issue, and it contributes towards obesity and diabetes. And as we heard from Dr. Samuels, the diabetes rate in Brownsville is about 22%. Compare that to the Upper East Side, which is about 4%. Absolutely astonishing. So we develop programs in East Harlem, in Brownsville, and in Bed-Stuy, programs right near here, like the farm at NYCHA at Howard Houses with Green City Force, and the Brownsville Community Culinary Center. So we're really glad to be a part of this movement towards health, movement towards community change, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to have a few words from Miss Britt. She's a community member who has utilized this van so much. She wants to share her experience with you. Let's give her a warm round of applause as well.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm so honored to be here. And in 2015, Anor Inc. and Come As You Are Outreach Ministries called me. And they said, Ma, we found you a pantry, because they knew that I was an advocate or a pantry person. And I've been going to Campaign for Hunger ever since. Campaign for Hunger to me is it's a blessing. Any resources that I need, anytime that I feel that I'm at a place where I need help, the first thing comes to my mind is Campaign for Hunger. The fresh fruits and vegetables that they give me and that I receive has helped me feed my grandchildren. One of them is in college, going to Berkeley. I just want to say, please continue to support us, to donate, to contribute. It's so important. And as one who's had a high blood pressure, my blood pressure today is good, very, very good. I've received, like last night, we went to the pantry and I received lettuce and tomatoes and everything. And I made a wonderful salad for me and my son last night. So I just want to say, please continue to support us. The housing referrals, the taxes, the senior information. It's a plethora of resources at Campaign for Hunger. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Love it.
At this time, we'd like to invite whoever has not toured the van to do so. We also have produce available for sale. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you. You did a great job, MC.